literally my third time attempting to shoot this video. Like every time I turn on the camera, I want to turn it off. Before I even start on this video, if you have not watched my very last video, it's called Saying Things I've Always Been Scared to Say. Go watch that one now. It'll be somewhere up here in the cards, and it'll be in the link in the bio as well. Go watch that video first and foremost before you even watch this one. Click off this video right now. Go click that one, watch that one, then come back to this one so they can all make sense and go together. Okay, so I've been going from YouTube now from like 8 or 9 days. Yeah, I was supposed to make this video right after I made my last video, but something is just like stopping me from making it, and I think it's because I don't like being vulnerable. I've been vulnerable so much, and it's like not got me in a lot of good places. So coming on here and saying this is just like I don't know, it makes me feel very uneasy, and I just don't know. Okay, where do I start? I feel like I'm rambling and it's not going where I wanted to go. When I thought about making this video, I'm like, okay, it's gonna go really smooth, I'm gonna know what to say, it's gonna and it's going like it's crashing and burning right now. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna try my best. Today I want to talk about my diagnosis. So let's start here. All my life I felt different. All my life I felt like something was different. I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm not gonna lie, part of me does not want to make this video. I just don't. Like, it just does not feel good, and I want to be honest and transparent with you guys and like upfront. Why am I making this video though? I feel like I want to bring awareness to people who felt like me their whole entire lives and felt like out of the box and stupid. My grandma doesn't like when I say that, like, oh, I'm not saying I am stupid, it's just sometimes I feel like that. And I want to try my hardest not to get emotional, because this has been something that has weighed down on me for a very long time that I just never wanted to talk about, which is why this video is not going as smoothly as I would like it to go, but I'm going to try to keep it cool. All right, let's go. Put my phone on Do Not Disturb because this vibration is not going to work for me. Okay, so all my life I felt weird. I felt like something was wrong with me, something different, in honest terms. Like, I just never felt in school settings that I can pay attention, I know what I'm doing, I can focus, and I always just felt not normal. That's the best way I can put it, like not normal. And as you guys know, I'm gonna touch on this a very small amount. My son has autism. He's 5 years old if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new, what's up, welcome back. But my son has autism, so just go watch the last video. I'm not even gonna touch on that actually. Just, my son has autism, so I always thought that it was genetics pretty much, because I thought that maybe, you know, I feel different, you know, I have a lot of the same traits he has. That is my baby, that is my son, he came from me, but you know, it could be just my personality traits, or maybe I could be on the spectrum, but turns out I'm not on the spectrum, and there's other things going on, and I want to talk about that. So what made me even want to figure out what was different about me? I'm not gonna say what was wrong, but what's different about me is I went to school in 2020. My goal is to ultimately be a doctor, OBGYN, or a psychiatrist, whichever one of the two that I find interesting in the next upcoming years. It's the same degree though. And when I started school in 2020, I realized I can't focus to save my life. You just start to doubt your stuff. You start to feel so fucking stupid and dumb, and dang, like, why can't I just pay attention? Why can't, like, it's just all these emotions go in through you, and you see all these other people thriving in their studies and doing what they have to do, and that's what really made me strongly think about it, like in 2020. Then I dropped out to give myself time and really think, like, is this something that I'd like to do? And all of that was online, and now I will be going back to school next week, in person for the first time ever. I never even thought that I wanted to go to college until my older 20s. I can't even believe that I'm doing this. I'm very proud of myself for even getting this far, because like, when I was in grade school, when I was in high school, I never passed. I never could concentrate. I never knew what was going on. It's like so much other, like, I can't even explain it. Like, I really can't explain it. Sorry, my baby's watching TV in there. So I knew that this is not normal. It's not me just being lazy, me not giving it my all. People love to say that, like, you're just lazy. You're not giving it your all. You're not trying hard enough. You know, those type of phrases. And I cannot think of one time like I did good in school. So for me to be going to college next week and giving it everything I got, and there's more to the story that I will touch on in this video of why I feel very confident now going to school, rather than in 2020 when I first enrolled online courses, and now I'm in person, and it's just about to change up the game. With that being said, about a month and a half ago, I was like, okay, you're starting school on September 6th. You have to get it together. You're not gonna waste all this money. I'm paying out of pocket, and my school is not cheap. I'm paying all of this with my own money. So I'm like, you're not gonna get in here and waste money and throw it all away. If you're gonna do this, you need to do it, and you need to figure out ways to make you focus, to make you get it done. Not just like, you know, yeah, I can do it, woo, yeah, self-motivation, but other ways. Like, you need to figure out what's the root of the problem. So in a month and a half ago, I went to go get evaluated for ADHD. And if you did not know, ADHD and autism are very similar. It's not the same, but it's very similar. So it wasn't too far-fetched for me. That's why I bring up my son having autism and me having ADHD, because I've felt guilty. Like, my whole life I knew that something was different, and then when I was 25 and I went to my mom and I was studying in my first class and we had to learn about ADHD, I said, Mom, this sounds like me. This sounds exactly like me. I was taking a class where we had to learn about it and ways to help ADHD and stuff like that. I said, Mom, I literally went to my mom and like, I felt like I had found the cure to cancer. I'm not even joking. Like, I literally brought my laptop. I went straight to my mom's house because I was at my house. I said, Mom, this sounds like me. This sounds like me. And she looked at me and she said, yeah, you have ADHD. And I looked at her and I said, what? She said that they told her they wouldn't let me go back to school for a couple weeks when I was in, I want to say 5th or 6th grade, because they was like, okay, she has to be tested for ADHD. Or she cannot return to school. I never know that I got diagnosed. I never knew until I was 25. Mind you, at the time, I was like, if I was 5th, 6th grade, I was probably like 10, 11 years old. So when she told me that I got diagnosed, I said, why didn't you give me help? I could, like, what's going on? She's like, oh, you could have done it. Like, you're smart. Like, you could do it. You could put your mind to it. And it's like, I needed help. I needed guidance. There's so much that could have helped me. And I don't fault my mother now. I love you so much, Mom. And this is not to like shit on my mom or anything. I love my mom so much, like literally. I just think that it's a toxic mindset in the Black community of getting therapy or getting medicated is a bad thing. And we just need to, like, mental health is not like a real thing in the, I'm not even going to say just Black communities. I've just seen it a lot more in the Black communities. And I just was like so upset. And she was just like, yeah, I mean, her reasons were she didn't want me to be a zombie. She thought I can do it. And, you know, she was very iffy about medicine. I understand her point of view. I do 100%. But on my point of view, it's like, I could have excelled. I read the reviews of kids who are on ADHD medicine, and it blows my mind. Like, their parents are like, of course there's gonna be bad reviews. Everywhere, every medicine you take, there's gonna be some bad reviews. But there's a lot of positive reviews. And like, my son did a 360 on this medicine. He's excelling in his school studies. And it's just like, man, I just wish that I had got help sooner. But it's never too late. I love you, Mom. I am not upset with you. At first I was, but at least I know now we cannot change the past. We cannot go back in the past, and it is okay. Why I'm crying is just because, one, it's just nice to know that I finally know what's different about me. I finally know. Like, it's not like I'm guessing or like, dang, like, what's going on? Like, I know now. And so a month and a half, I went to go get evaluated. Long story short, I got diagnosed with ADHD. And when I first did the initial phone call, because I had a phone call before, like a little phone consultation, she was asking me questions. I cannot stop crying. I think she was like, girl, like, you good? Like, is it that deep for you? And sister girl, it is that deep for me. Like, if you only knew, like, if you only freaking knew. I used to cry because I felt like I wasn't smart, and I felt like I couldn't do it. Like, it's not clicking. It's not clicking. And now that I'm going to school to be a doctor, it's crazy to me. It's a 360, because like, I went from feeling not smart to I can do this. I can go to school to be a doctor. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, and I will not have any free time. And the only free time I have, I will be with my son. While he's at school, I'll be studying and going to school. Like, it's just gonna be a lot to adjust to. But it's just crazy from me crying, feeling like I'm not good enough and I'm not smart enough. And I mean, I'll still be crying sometimes. We gotta talk about it though. Let's move on. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, to me now, having confidence in myself, like, I can do this. You know why? Because when I did get diagnosed, we tried a few different medicines, and I found one that sticks. I found one that I feel like works slightly. It works not 100%, because I do have another medication that I will start next week. And I'm not gonna tell you guys the medicines, but if you would like to know more, I'll tell you guys in a later video if you guys really wanna know. But I just feel like life makes sense now. Like, the pieces are coming together, and I've never felt like that. I've been on this earth for 28 years, and I've never felt like life, the puzzle pieces make sense. Only time that life felt like it made sense is when I had my son, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be. But when it comes to personal growth, I never felt like the puzzle pieces aligned. And this is why I'm an advocate for getting help. Parents, if you're watching this and you think your kid has some type of different ability, I'm not gonna say disability, different, something different about them you can't put your finger on, get your child evaluated for everything. Don't be ashamed. If your kid needs IP, don't be ashamed. If your kid needs extra help after school, don't be ashamed. Get your kids help, because it can help them in the long run and save a lot of self-esteem issues. Like I said, no hate to my mother. She was raised in a different time, and I'm not going to take it personally. This is just for me personally. I'm sure if she can go back in time, things would be different. The fact that they wouldn't let me go back to school unless I got tested tells you how bad it was for me. Like, they would not let me go back to school. And I vividly remember sitting on the couch watching Selena and Napoleon Dynamite thinking, I'd be in PE right now. Like, I vividly remember that. But I'm going back to school. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I guess I'm just dumb. Like, literally. I promise you, I vividly remember. Fast forward, so now I'm on medication and I feel just good. Like, I feel good. I feel good. Like I said, I still have more medications to try out. It's not at an excellent level. It's not like, yeah. But I feel way better than I did before the diagnosis, before everything. And it's just like, I'm so grateful that I took the time out, because I was so scared of getting diagnosed, because I was like, oh my God, they're gonna diagnose me with everything. And even if it was everything, that makes me, and that's okay. All right, guys, change of scenery. My handyman just got here. He's building some stuff for my house. So I did want to add, basically, long story short, I was so scared to get diagnosed because I was embarrassed. I was scared, and I knew that this would change the way people view me. Everybody knows I have a fun, bubbly, loud, crazy personality, and I think that just adds on to it, and it makes me more beautiful than I already am. So I did want to tell you guys, because you guys are my supporters, that if you do have ADHD, don't think of it as a bad thing. I used to. When I first found out at 25, I hid it. I didn't even acknowledge it for the most part. I just knew, like, yeah, I don't want to be this. I just knew that. So when I officially as an adult went to go get diagnosed at 28, which was a month and a half ago, I just felt free and I felt happy, and there were no tears. It was just, wow, finally, like, I know who I am, my identity. It was just a wild ride, and I'm so grateful for my psychiatrist, who has really listened to me and heard me, even though I do feel like it was, it was a quick diagnosis. She just feel like, girl, I know what you got, and it's easy and it's quick, and y'all see what's right there? That's my rose. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna move over. Let's pick that up. Hold on. Yo, it's wild. You know, when you single and you celibate, I've been celibate for a while. You gotta do what you gotta do. Am I right or am I right? Can I get a hoo-yah? No? Okay. I'm very tired. I didn't even expect to cry on this video. I thought it was gonna be like I got ADHD and that's it. Thank you guys for supporting me. Love you. But I just get emotional thinking about like how much self-doubt I had before the diagnosis, and it's just really helped me and made me realize it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. I'm gonna cut this video short. I gotta go tend to the handyman. We get to my bed though. He's right. My bathroom's right here. The bed's right there. The handyman's in the living room. But I love you guys so much, and thank you for supporting me. Thank you for loving me. And I know I want to hear all you guys' stories. If you have ADHD, if you have ADD, if you have autism, if you have bipolar, if you have BPD, like whatever you have, I want to hear your stories and how you felt when you first got diagnosed and how you feel now. And I just want to hear everybody, what makes you different. And it's okay to be different. It is. I used to think it was such a bad thing. I just never felt like I belonged anywhere. So now I feel like I have a sense of belonging, which is super weird, because it's like, girl, not you part of the ADHD team, not you part of the squad. Like, I just feel like a sense of, okay, life is starting to make sense now. So I love you guys. I have nothing more to say. I'm probably forgetting a bunch because I forgot he was coming, but I have to tend to my house, and I love you guys. And if I'm forgetting anything, if you want like a part 2 or ask me any questions, I'll answer them in another video. But I hope I have reached every point that I had. I love you, Mom. There's no hard feelings. I understand. Peace out. Till now I'm sleepy because I hate when I cry. Is anybody else when they be crying? They be getting sleepy? That's literally me. And I hate crying because I'm always crying. Oh my God. Like, I'm so sensitive. I hate being a Cancer. I literally hate it. I'm always freaking crying. I be crying over happy movies, happy commercials, sad movies, Pursuit of Happiness. It gets me in tears. I'm gonna put all the symptoms of ADHD right here, like pictures and stuff like that, and it just makes sense. It makes sense, but I just feel like this video is rushed now, and I'm sorry. This is not the way I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like an hour of me really sitting down and thought out, but it's just not gonna happen. So love you guys, and thank you for watching me. Thank you for loving me. I hope this doesn't change your opinion about me, and if it does, then oh well, this is me, baby. Get used to it, and if you're not used to it, then you can go. But yeah, I have ADHD, and I used to be so ashamed about it, and I used to be so scared to say something. I told my mom, like when I first got diagnosed, I'm like, even my grandma, I was like, I'm not saying anything. Like, people are gonna judge me, they're gonna do this, but y'all already do that anyway. I'm not saying like my supporters, but you know, the haters and stuff like that, they judge me anyway. You might as well judge me about something that's true. Like, y'all judge me about stuff that's not even true. Like, y'all be like making up stuff. But yes, I have ADHD, and I'm proud. I'm happy that I finally feel like, okay, that was it. That's the missing puzzle piece. That's the reason. Okay, like, it's nice to have closure with the whole situation. Like, instead of going my whole life unknown, because you know, when I was 25 and I was studying about ADHD in class, and I was like, this sounds a little familiar. Do I got that? I understand her point of view. She didn't want me to just be like a robot. Some people, they take medication and they just become a whole different person. Me, I've tried like at least 4 different meds so far, and I'm the same person every time. I literally feel like this is just my personality. Like, I thank God that I have a personality where I can seek through the medication, because I don't know how I would feel. Like, that was the biggest thing of mine when I found out. Like, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm taking medication. I don't know, because I don't want to change as a person. I love who I am as a person. It makes me me, and that's one thing that I was afraid of, taking medication. I'm even better. I'm even a better version of myself, and this is not to promote whatever, you know, people like the government is trying to promote. No, you sicko. This is just who I am. Okay, this is just who I am, and I want to be open about it, because there was a time when I was ashamed and so scared and like felt so weird for even thinking this was before I even knew, but thinking I had ADHD. See, that's the finish your thoughts, sweet pea. Finish your thoughts. For thinking I had ADHD, I just thought I was just like a weirdo. And I hate that word, because to me it's a bullying term. I hate when people call me weird. I hate any of that. Like, when I call me weird, it's different, okay? My whole point of even coming on this video, like, I did not want to make this video, but I know it's people who are sitting at home just like me, so frustrated. Whether you want to go to school or whether you want to start a new hobby, and you just feel like you keep starting stuff and not finishing, or you keep just doing anything and not finishing, I am with you, and I want to be an advocate. Just how I advocate for my baby with autism, I want to advocate for people with ADHD, because it's such a stigma behind it, and it's like, we're still people, we're still the same, we just need a little extra help. Our brains work differently, and that's okay. Basically, how I was described was, there's a piece of a brain that everybody has, and just ours is just like wired a little different, and we just need a little something to like connect it together, and that's when the medication comes in. And you know, some people don't need medication. Some people can like just have ADHD, and like, with me, I feel like I have like a slightly severe ADHD, because Jesus, I didn't show a lot on my vlogs, but a lot of you guys, like, you know, I just feel like happy. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. It's just like everything's coming together. Things are starting to make sense for me, and I just want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for loving me. I told you guys I was gonna make a separate video. Like I said, if you have not watched the last video, go watch that. Even if you just sat through this one and didn't watch the last one, still go watch it, so this one can make a little bit more sense of why I decided to make this video. But I love you guys. Thank you for loving me. And so some of you guys, this probably won't come to a shock. You're like, sis, we knew. But like, for some of you guys, you're like, girl, I didn't know. I didn't. But I just love you guys for loving me. You guys never made me feel weird about it. You guys never made me feel like bad. So one of the things that you guys say that you love the most about me is my personality, and that means a lot to me, because I'm quirky, I'm different, I'm not like a lot of people, and my whole life I've been insecure about that. And then it took me to be 28 to really look at myself and be like, wow, sis, you are unique. You are that bitch. Like, you really are. I feel like I'm forgetting a lot. I think it's because the serotonin running through my body now is just like, I feel free just knowing that this information is in the world now and it's out, and I could be possibly helping somebody who feel like they probably have it. Don't self-diagnose. That's the worst you can do. Do not self-diagnose. Do not self-diagnose. Go to an actual psychiatrist. Go get evaluated and take things from there. The best thing I can say is do not self-diagnose. Because me, I self-diagnosed myself with other things, not to the public, but to my family. And it was like, you ain't even got that, sis. You good? Like, do you want that? Like, just go get evaluated. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling, but I love you guys so much. I want to give a shout out to my mom. This is like no hate to my mom. Like, I really just want to say that. Our parents think they're doing what's best for us, and sometimes, you know, they're learning just like we are going through life. And I'm just saying that in reference to like the medication and like her views on it and stuff like that. So I totally get it, but I'm a whole new person. I love you guys, and I see you guys next video. I'm so freaking tired. All right, bye.